Welcome back. We are in Proverbs chapter 13, verse 23 today. Much food is in the fallow ground of the poor, for lack of justice there is waste. There is enough food in this world to feed the entire world. Like twice over, at least. There is no reason for people to be starving in this world except for the greediness and the wickedness of other people. God has given us a planet that could abundantly supply all of our needs, but because of wickedness, we can't get that food out to the people who need it. We try giving it to the nations leaders hoard it, they keep their own people in poverty, they keep their own people at the brink of starvation in order to control them, and it's evil, and those people will have to answer to the Lord for it. But if you have something, and you know someone in need, you share it. Remember the rich man and Lazarus, the story that Jesus told, which I believe to be a true story. He never said that one was a parable. There was a rich man who fared sumptuously every day, and there was a poor man named Lazarus, the only guy that Jesus tells the story about has a name. He's sitting at the gates, and he is so hungry, he would be happy to eat the crumbs that fall from the rich man's table. But he doesn't get them. He just would be happy to eat that. And he's sick, and the dogs come to lick their wounds, and now we like dogs licking us. We think it's cute, but in that day, when the dogs came to lick him and you weren't strong enough to fight them off, it just showed how sick you were and how weak you were. So it was really telling about this guy at the brink of death. So Lazarus dies, and he goes to a place called Abraham's bosom. It's the only time in Scripture we get to hear about this place. Jesus talks about it. He's the only one who knows. And then it says the rich man died, and he also went to hell, the Sheol. And so the rich man is in this place of torment, right? He says it's hot, he's thirsty. He cries out to Abraham. He can see him across this great gulf, this great canyon between them. And he calls out and says, "Hey, send Lazarus," because you can see Lazarus, send Lazarus to come over and just give me a drip of water. That's all I want is a drip of water. And Abraham says, "No, because in your life you did well, and he was not treated well. So here he's comforted, and you're in torment." And the point of that being is that God sees, and He's the great equalizer. He's going to take care of things in the end. And He doesn't allow them to go back and forth. So make your decisions now in this life. Because the rich man also said, "Hey, we'll send Lazarus to go tell my brothers to be nice so that they don't end up like me." And Abraham says, "No, they got Moses and the prophets." And then they say, "Well, they didn't believe them, but if someone comes back from the dead, they'll believe that guy." It says even if someone comes back from the dead, they won't believe him. And it's true. Jesus came back from the dead, and those who believe Jesus believe Him when He comes back from the dead. But if they didn't believe Jesus before, they didn't give their hearts to Him once He came back from the dead. Verse 24 says, "He who spares his rod hates his son, but he who loves him disciplines him promptly." Parents need to discipline their kids. It has to happen. You think, "Oh, I'm a good parent, I don't spank my kid." Well, your kid's going to grow up to be a jerk. The kids need to be punished, to be disciplined, and it doesn't have to be spanking, but they need to be disciplined so that they can learn right from wrong, because their little evil hearts just want to do evil continually. We have to teach them how to be good. So teach them to be good, do the right thing. And then I'm not saying that every parent who spanks their kid is a good parent, because there are some who don't do it well. But what really has to happen is you need to figure out how to correct your son or your daughter in a way that person can be a good person, coming to know the Lord and following Him. And every child responds differently to different things. So it's not a one-size-fits-all. But you need to discipline your child. Verse 25 says, "The righteous eats to the satisfying of his soul, but the stomach of the wicked shall be in want." If you're righteous, you're just going to eat enough that your stomach says, "Okay, we're good." But if you're wicked, you're just going to keep wanting more and more and more, and you're never satisfied. It's not just with food, it's with everything. The righteous people can find satisfaction because they are trying to follow the Lord and find the Lord, and He allows us to find Him. The wicked people look for something to fill that, and nothing is the right place, nothing is the right shape, so they're never going to be satisfied. So God bless you and have a nice day. And we'll pick it up in chapter 14 next time.